Harriet Tubman is a what?
Mm-hmm. Stewart wrote.
Harriet Tubman is a what? A Stewart? Sophia Stewart wrote what? The Matrix?
Matrix, Terminator. Yep.
Okay, and we're caught up in what? Where the fuck are we locked up in?
A Matrix.
The Matrix.
A mental prison. Okay. Now, Harriet Tubman was not trying to free average Negroes or the indigenous.
No, she was not.
She was trying to free what?
Her family.
European monarchy.
That is correct.
The bloodline.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I mean, again, I'm just making an observation. So what are we saying when we're saying European monarchy? And I know you keep stressing this too about cleaning up the bloodline and whatever. That's why they want to get bogged down into the DNA discussion now. Because our point of reference, you know what they call blue blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Blue blood is in reference to copper outside the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? When there's a certain level of copper content and the normal hemoglobin makes it what looks red. Okay?
Right.
Overabundance of certain copper. And you look at when you see copper oxidize. Okay, it starts looking bluish, greenish tint. Look at the goddamn Statue of Liberty. See that shit every day?
Exactly.
Okay? Now, what are we... I'm being rhetorical in what I'm asking now. But what are we saying when we're elevating a particular bloodline above the indigenous, autochthonous, original
Exactly.
people? Because there's something specifically being done to manipulate. And you know what they said about inbreeding. You know what they did in European monarchy. You know how they had prepared and the same thing goes in the so-called ancient Chinese culture. In ancient India, ancient Pakistan, they still have those type of marriages, correct?
Yep.
And the vast majority of the indigenous population, the Aboriginal folks, the people of the land, are kept steeped in abject poverty, are they not?
Yep.
In every culture the world over, the darkest or the most melanated amongst their people are purposely herded like cattle, like property, in abject poverty, while the exclusive elite that interbreed and try to keep... Now, this is what the ironic stuff. Supposed to keep their bloodline pure and cause what? Look at the genetic abnormalities that come from the Caucasoid versions of these so-called people, let alone the melanated ones, who then probably became demelanated over time to then interbreed in the pale-skinned versions of themselves. That these same Moors, I'm circling back to the original 700 years, these Moors had white slaves, and white slavery by definition is white women held in sexual servitude, correct? That they created, now whether they created it from their sick patriarchal misogyny, or is it big head scientist Yakub that spun it out of a lab in a test tube? I don't know. Which does it really matter?
Does it really matter? Right.
So I'm imparting, again asking, did the Moors create these motherfuckers? Or actually create these motherfuckers from alien origin?
Maybe the Moors have overemphasized their history?
I don't think that they did, simply because of all the artifacts that are found around the world. And you can find mention of them in every nation. The thing is, they were colonizers.
Exactly.
They established empires. They ruled over people. They were...
Exactly.
They were the original Borg. Because every place they went, you had to become a Moor. You had to become a Moorish citizen. Just like prior to that, you had to become a Roman citizen.
That's right.
They just kept changing up nationalities as they saw fit.
Yep.
And
that's what they did, because that's what they imply, that the history of them is not as intense as they say, or as expansive as they say. That's the word.
It was because they were. You would say that the Khans, I guess, the Mongols, that was one of their biggest enemies because a lot of their territories overlapped over in that region over there. They had
that's who was fighting each other.
Yeah, and they had alliances. They set up an alliance here. That's how it was said that the Moors, the Indians, and the Mongols all had white slaves.
Yep.
They was in cahoots together. And the thing is, those Indians, we don't know whether or not they were the black nobility that came over here and quote-unquote became the 5 civilized tribes.
Tribes, yep.
So that
it's looking like more and more they did.
There could have just been the Moors and the Mongols. But we know for a fact that we also had sellouts here that was owning slaves and sold us out too. So it's a matter of the bloodline.
Yep.
And what your bloodline actually traces back to. Whether we talking about melanated or pale skin.
Right.
They learned the whole system of colonization, breaking people and everything, emulating them, everything. They learned all that from the Moors. That's what they say. They taught them.
Yeah.
So everything they've done, the Moors taught them. So wouldn't that increase your karma? Aren't you responsible for your children?
Absolutely.
And you actually think that a Moorish empire is about to rise again?
Child.
I hope not.
It ain't.
Clean up.
It's cleanup time.